Hey, I had a conversation with a few programmers in one of the conferences just a week ago about getting new developers on board, and they were telling me proudly that it costs so much to get a new programmer on the team that it takes a lot of time and a lot of money to get the right programmer, to pay all those recruiters, to pass so many interviews, to do so many interviews with them. It takes sometimes like 20 interviews. That's what they told me. And then they find the right person, and that right person gets on board and spends so much time to understand what the project is about, to learn how the project is designed, organized. It takes like a few months. And if you put all this together, all this cost together, then that's what they were telling me. You understand that each new developer is an expensive resource for us. It's an expensive investment for our team, and that's why we care so much about developers and blah blah blah. And I told them that I totally disagree with that approach, and I think it's a wrong approach, and that's why I'm recording this video to explain you that what I think about that. I think that companies that have that mentality, that they think like that, they are actually doing a wrong thing towards their developers, first of all, towards us, programmers. If I'm a programmer and you want to get me on board, if you want me to work for you and for your project, I don't want you to invest into me. I don't want to treat me as your property. I'm not your asset. I'm not your property. I'm not your slave. I don't want you to train me, to prepare me, to find me, to spend so much time and money on that, to turn me into something valuable to you. I want to be, and myself, I want to be a contractor with you. I want to be equal to you. I want you and me, your company, your team and me, be equal partners. I don't want you to invest into me. That's a disrespectful attitude towards me as a programmer. That's what I think, being a programmer as well. If you have that money to get the right person on board, then use that money to pay me. Give me that money. Don't waste that money on your recruiters, on your interviews, on that 2 months of learning and all that stuff. Just give me that cash. How you do that depends on your management system, depends on how you manage programmers, how you manage financial resources. We in Zerocracy, for example, how we do that? We just tell people that anyone can join us. We don't need all these interviews. We don't care about who you are before you join. Well, we have some input formula where we check who is coming in. I mean, we have some criteria, but those criteria are easily applicable to a new developer without any interviews. We just check who you are by looking at your GitHub, your Stack Overflow, checking your certificates, and then we know who you are. And then we just tell you to just get on board, and we have a system, a procedure of letting you go through a number of sandbox projects first of all, and then getting into a real project, and then we have reputation points to check your contribution and to value your contribution. And then we just let you make the money. And we tell you, like I said, we don't care who is coming in most of the cases. We just let anybody get in. And then we open you the budget of the project. We let you know how much we have in the project, and we tell you that if you find something unclear in the documentation, the source code, in the product which you have at hand in your repository, then let us know what's wrong there. That's how you learn. And then we're going to pay you for that, and we're going to improve the code. So we're not going to train you to work with the garbage we have in the repository. That's what most companies are doing. They just invest into people in order to turn them from strangers who don't know anything about this garbage into people who are comfortable of working with this garbage and understanding it and living with it for a few years. We don't do that. We don't want you to be a property of our company. We don't want you to be an asset of our company. You are an equal partner to us as a programmer. And we tell you, if you see something wrong in the repository, just let us know what's wrong, and we're going to pay you for that information. We're going to improve the repository, and then you keep working with it. So from the first day in our project, you as a developer, you start making money. There's no learning curve. There's no learning process for you. No training, no teaching. Just work with the repository. Let us know what's wrong, and we give you the money which all other companies, many other companies, all other companies spend on trainings. We don't do that. We don't spend money on, making you better. We just give you the money for things you do for us, starting from the first day in the project. You should do the same in your team. How you do that, I don't know. Depends on your management, on your management mechanism and how you organize your work. But my bottom line, my main idea here is that you are proud, if you are proud of the amount of money you spend into new programmers, for getting new programmers on board, you just misunderstand what project management is about. You shouldn't be proud of that. If your programmers are expensive investments for you, then your management is wrong, then you're a bad project manager. It shouldn't be that way. Your people are not your property. Your people are equal partners with you, with the project, with the team. They contribute, you share some money with them. But don't train them. Don't treat them as something you're going to invest into. As you know, most people, change projects from time to time. And I believe that in the future, in the very near future, we're going to move from full-time employment where people sit together with the project, in the project for a long time, and they actually become the property of the project, of the property of the company. They will become contractors who will be changing projects frequently, and they will be working on multiple projects at the same time, not just sitting in one of them, being fully loyal to one company. That's a formula from the past. That's how we've been working for years. But now the future is coming where I'm, as a programmer, will be working in 5 projects at the same time. I'll be getting 5 paychecks from different sources, and I'll be changing them. And in that case, I don't want to be trained for any of them, because I will be changing them frequently, and your project will eventually face the reality where people will come to you and say, I'm here for your project for 3 months. I'm not going to become your property for years. No, I don't like that idea. Don't think about that. Don't attempt to train me and to turn me into your property. I'm here temporarily for a few months, for 3 months, for 6 months. And now, in most cases, there's hiring managers and CTOs and owners of companies saying that, now we don't like that. We want somebody who's going to stay with us for a long time, or at least dreams about staying with us. That's the past. You're not going to get those people more and more in the future. You're going to get more freelancers, contractors, and you should be prepared for that. So the less you invest into your programmers, the less your developers cost you, the better is your management, the more you're prepared for the future, the better you treat your programmers with more respect. Think about that. Thanks for listening. Stay tuned. Bye-bye.